now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other two books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today. Back in 2004, I was watching an episode of The Jamie Foxx Show where Salli Richardson was guest starring as a business owner who was making a deal with Jamie's character as he was working at an advertising agency. And as I was watching Salli Richardson play this soft, feminine character with a flirty persona, it had me asking questions as related to the way black women were presented in media. And the question I asked was, why don't we get to see the softer side of black women in most media? And back then, I had asked that question because oftentimes when you saw images of black women, you really didn't get to see that really softer side of most black women, because back then, your Salli Richardson, she was playing mostly either cops or lawyers, but I always thought she would be great in a romantic comedy. And that was one of the reasons why I put my fingers to the keyboard and wrote the novel, The Cassandra Cookbook, back in 2004. Now, I wrote that book because I wanted to write a story featuring a softer, more feminine black woman like we used to see in the 50s, 60s, and early 70s, because as the feminist movement came along, that's when we started to see an effort to try to masculinize the image of the black woman by mainstream media. Now, Bill Cosby, he did give us a softer black woman with Claire Huxtable, but that was the exception and not the rule as related to images of black women. Usually, most mainstream images of black women usually are featuring either this hard, masculine black woman who is out here being just like a man, or a woman playing roles where she's trying to do the same work as a man, or we get this victimized woman like Letitia Musgrove that Halle Berry played in Monsters Ball, where she's just brutalized and abused by either a white man or a black brute like in Tyler Perry movies, but rarely do we ever get to see a black woman playing a softer role where she's flirty and feminine and wearing dresses and skirts and just being the girl next door or the girl a guy likes to date. And we rarely get to see that because the mainstream media would rather elevate your white females into that soft feminine role, but they don't want you to see black girls and black women as soft and feminine. And I really, again, was really saddened because I always saw that Salli Richardson had that soft, feminine persona. I thought she would be great in a romantic comedy. And it's sad that she never got that opportunity to play the black female love interest to a black man. The same way white actresses like Kristen Ritter can go out here and they can play hard and gritty roles like she did in Breaking Bad and your Jessica Jones, and then also play a softer role like she did in Amy Heckerling's Vamps. But it seems like the black woman, she cannot seem to be seen by a soft and feminine by Hollywood, except when she has a white love interest. And that was another thing that really irked me about the softer side of black women. You can only see the softer side of black women in media when she's with a white man in media, but when the black woman is presented with the black man, she can't be soft and feminine and flirty, and she can't be cute. And that really, again, really irritates me, because if you think that about black women, you would think the first person she would want to be soft, feminine, and flirty for is the black man, because she would think that trying to attract the black man would be the main priority, because most sisters, they want to attract the black man, and most black men have stated they aren't attracted to a masculine acting black woman. But the mainstream media, they want to present black women with these masculinized images, and many sisters don't understand that this is something done by white supremacists because they want to make the white woman appear to be more attractive in comparison. For example, I remember watching 1934's Imitation of Life, and they had the Claudette Colbert character standing next to the Piola's mother, and Piola's mother was presented as this big, hard, masculine black woman who was twice your Claudette Colbert's size and was looked twice as strong as Claudette Colbert, who was slender, soft, and feminine. And even worse, the daughter, who was light-skinned, Piola, was presented as really mean and aggressive, showing that it wasn't just about skin tone. Anything related to black was considered negative, and many of those stereotypes, sadly, are carried over as related to the black female image, and that's really sad because, again, I believe a black romantic comedy that showed black love would do very well. And I believe both black men and black women want to see a softer black woman in media. I believe they want to see a cute, soft, feminine black woman in media. Unfortunately, producers like your Tyler Perrys and your Lee Daniels, they only want to present us with these victimized, abused black women, or the other media wants to present us with these hard, masculine black women. So I believe that there is a market for a softer black woman, and all it takes is somebody having the courage to go out here and produce the type of content that features softer black women, like I did with the Recipe for Success, and I did with my book E-Steam, The Sands of Time, and I also did with several stories in the E-Steam series where I showed the E-Steam character as a bit of a softer, more playful character, and that's something I believe black girls want to do. And I also did this in books like Spellbound and Spinsterella. I also showed another softer side of black women with the Matilda Crowley character. I believe that there's a market for softer images of black women because a lot of black women who grew up with Ebony and Jet, they loved images of those softer black women, and seeing images of beautiful black women in things like the Beauty of the Week. I mean, we don't really get that celebration of black softness, black femininity anymore. And I'm really, again, saddened to see that because I know that there's a softer side to the sisters, and I would love to see that softer side presented in media that's directed to both black men and black women. And we sadly don't get to see that softer side because most people sadly have been taught to not believe that that's a real image of a black woman, because most people have grown up over the last couple of years with all of this feminist media and all of these degrading Tyler Perry type images. So they don't see softness and femininity as related to women anymore in media. No, they usually see softness as related to men. And that's not something most guys want to see anyway. I mean, most women don't even want to see a soft guy. Most women want to see that story of black on black love, and they want to see a strong, masculine black man embracing a beautiful black woman. And sadly, we don't get to see those kind of images because many people have been sadly programmed to believe, oh, black women aren't soft, black women aren't feminine, and it's not possible to be feminine. And then sadly, you even got some black women believing that they're not soft and feminine. And sadly, I again know that that we really do need to see more softer images of the sisters, because that's something that not only the guys want to see, but it's something the girls would love to emulate. And we really, as I see it, need more of these images out here because we really don't celebrate the softer side of black women like we used to in magazines like your Ebony's and your jets and your essence. I remember looking at images in those magazines as I was trying to think about images for ISIS series covers or things for books like Spellbound and Spinsterella. I mean, I look at Black Beauty from the old days and how our mothers and grandmothers would celebrate their softer sides. And it's a shame that their daughters and granddaughters don't celebrate that softness and that beauty like their mothers and grandmothers did. I mean, that was one of the things that motivated me to write one of my novels, The Thetas, which was all about Black women celebrating being what's great about being a Black woman in this sorority story. And I really am, again, I think about it, and we really do need to see more softer images of Black women in media, and we need to see more Black women embracing their softer side, because if 70% of Black women are single, I believe one of the things that's keeping them single is that they're not really going out of their way to be soft and feminine. And because they're not soft and feminine, men aren't becoming attracted because they see Black women as hard and masculine compared to white females and non-Black females. And we don't see anybody making an effort to elevate Black beauty. And we really do need to see Black women embracing their softer side so that we can see that elevation of Black beauty, and we can see a Black woman who's so beautiful that we have a reason to go out here and elevate and celebrate her. So I think about this whole Black women, people complaining about the hard, masculine Black woman, and we really, again, need to see that softer side of the sisters explored, and we need to see more publishers like myself going out here and celebrating that whole softer side of Black women, because in many of my books, I try to show that softer side of Black women, whether it be the romance novel A Recipe for Success, the sophisticated sorority story The Thetas, or books like the Spellbound and Spinsterella and Legendary Mad Matilda, or even books like Isis and Esteem. I always try to celebrate that softer side of Black women, because even though we go through a lot of hardship and struggles with racism and white supremacy, there are brothers out here who love Black women and love Black beauty, and we want to see that softer side of the sisters shown in media, and we want to celebrate that softness of Black women, but we don't really get to see that really pushed, because a lot of the people who control Black media, they only want you to see either the victimized Black woman who's all beaten up, or they want you to see the aggressive, masculine, defensive Black woman, but they don't want you to see the softer Black woman who most guys want to go out here and date and marry, or see the girl who everybody wants to be friends with. And it's like I said in the video a couple of years ago called What Happened to the Black Girl Next Door. Guys want that type of image, and girls want that type of image, and I believe we need to celebrate more of the softness in Black women, because we haven't seen much softness in Black women in media in a good decade, and it's time we start to see more softer images of Black women in media, and we need to see more sisters exploring their softer side and showing us that they can be lovable and attractive, and show that there is a place for Black on Black love out here. Now, if you want to pick up my stories that celebrate Black love, like A Recipe for Success, Spinsterella, Spellbound, The Legendary Mad Matilda, and Esteem, The Sands of Time, you can find all of those great Black love stories on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure, Get John Haynes taking care of business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.